Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, a superior devotee of God accepts both the absolute and the relative. Therefore, he is able to enjoy the divine even when his mind comes down from the absolute. Such a devotee is like a cow that gives milk in torrents. Master is telling about the jnanis, the relative and the absolute, how they differentiate. In that context, Ramakrishna is telling, I will read the whole paragraph behind. The jnanis regard everything as illusory, like a dream. But bhaktas accept all states. The milk flows only in driblets from the jnani, all love. There are some cows that pick and choose their fodder, hence their milk flows only in driblets. But cows that do not discriminate much, eat whatever they get, give milk in torrents. A superior devotee of God accepts both absolute and the relative. Therefore, he is able to enjoy divine even when his mind comes down from the absolute. From Ananta Sachidananda Sagara, from the Samadhi Sthiti, when he comes down also, he is able to enjoy the same bliss that he was enjoying in the presence of God. Such a devotee is like the cow that gives milk in torrents. All love, Mahima. But the milk of a cow that eats without discrimination smells a little. Mahima. See, the people who have not got the glimpses of the absolute, somewhere like just a momentary, just opening to the transcendental, a glimpse of that is directly visible. Just like a blind man is there, suddenly he gets, for a few seconds, he gets the eyesight and goes off. He will have the clear understanding. He has not seen anything, but what is seeing, he may not be knowing what is the world, how it is, how the man looks like, nothing may be known. How the picture will be there, nothing can be known, need not be known. But there is a thing called seeing. Just the blind man, whole life from birth to death, he is in darkness. Suddenly he gets just one few seconds and closes off again. He has known what is seeing. If that is not there, glimpses are not got by a person, then there will be so what? They don't understand the prayojana. So what? God may be great. So what? Something like that. And then always a doubt and a question and a comment will be always there. Immediately we understand, oh, he has not yet got a glimpse of the beyond. And then doubt or the question or comment doesn't come. Here he is giving a comment, you see. But the milk of a cow that eats without discrimination smells a little. Sri Ramakrishna is telling about the ananda he experiences. A devotee, you can see the features of a devotee and a true devotee of God. Wherever he goes, he will be radiating peace, love, and joy. I have seen many sadhus and other householders also who are true devotees, and wherever they go, there is an atmosphere of joy. They are radiating peace. Their face, their look, everything is calm amidst all the strains and stresses of life, which others also have, and of the same family. Is that calmness is radiating, peace is radiating, love is radiating. This is there. Now, these are all Mahimacharana and all, they are not ordinary people. They are ready for the vision almost. They have come to the Lord's feet and directly talking to the Lord about the spiritual, this one. Means they are just on the fringes. When the door will open, doesn't know. But still, for our understanding, I am telling, there is no comparison of the worldly people who are much more noble winners also. They cannot be compared with these people who are talking to Sri Ramakrishna directly as devotees. Master with a smile equally. Oh, that's true. No doubt. Therefore, that milk should be boiled. One should boil such milk over the fire a little while. There will be no smell whatsoever if you boil the milk over the fire of knowledge, jnana. Jnana agni sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. The jnana agni will destroy everything. Jnana agni sarva karmani bhasmasat. Bhasmasat is, this term sat is used, becoming that. It becomes ash. Like a fire burns down everything into ash, like that. You say all the karmas also get burnt to ashes. To Mahima. You explain Om with reference to Uma only. Master. Uma only. Mahima. Sri Ramakrishna is telling to Mahima, you explain Om with reference to U and Ma only. Master. Mahima is replying. Mahima. A, U and M, that is U, Ma, mean creation, preservation and destruction. It is actually the sound that is starting from throat to the lips. Om, Om, Om. It is a starting point, there is an ending point. Om. If we apply to the creative process, creation, sustenance and destruction. One cycle is complete. So Mahima is telling, Uma means creation, preservation and destruction, Master. But I give the illustration of the sound of a gong, tong. It is the merging of Leela in the Nitya. Gross, subtle and causal merge in the great cause. Waking, dreaming, sleep, deep sleep, merge in Turiya. How Sri Ramakrishna, an illiterate person, he is explaining the top philosophy, the ultimate realities, and not one example or one thing. Wherever it happens, in individual level, Jagrat Swapna Shushupti merges in Turiya. Preservation, sustenance, creation, preservation, sustenance. Here you see, Nitya merges in Leela merges in Nitya. Gross, subtle and causal merge in the great cause. Waking, dreaming and deep sleep merge in Turiya. Now this Om, when we utter Om, how many people use that it consists of Om, so Om, Om, they utter. It is when they are combined, when Sandhi takes place, we don't separate the letters. Uttering Om will not separate the letters separately. Any Ganga, when Gam is followed by Ga, Gam Ga. When writing, we write as Gam Ga. But when we join, we don't say Gam Ga. We continue the utterance to when it becomes Gam and Ga, it becomes Ganga, Ganga, Ganga. That once it is joined, it is uttered together. Similar, Om, when uttered, throat is open. Ma is ending. U is coming automatically. Is merging in U and U is merging in Makara. When we say try to separate them, it doesn't represent the word Om at all. Must merge in U and U must merge smoothly. It must merge. Om, Om, Om. It must merge. Sri Ramakrishna that is why he is giving the exact version of ringing a bell. When gong is hit, gong, it continues for a long time. In Buddhist, they have a bowl and a pestle in it. Just hit, it makes sound. You go on touching the inner surface and you can continue as long as you want. Dun, it goes on and on as long as you are able to touch the border and move. It is getting accumulated and getting reflected. The sound is again in the resonance, is continuing. So that Sri Ramakrishna uses that, how the Leela smoothly merges in the Absolute. Absolute smoothly manifests as the universe. You can see in the pond how a shoot appears with a bud of lotus. Small bud comes out of the water. It grows. Bud is also growing. How smoothly, slowly it opens up beautifully into a lotus. And as the evening falls slowly, the fading also goes out slowly. Omkar, the Leela merges so smoothly and Leela manifests so smoothly. It is like Tong. Sri Ramakrishna is giving that, not Uma, Tom. But I give the illustration of the sound of gong. Tong. It is merging of the Leela in Nitya. The gross, the subtle and the causal merge in the great cause, Mahakarana. Waking, dreaming and deep sleep merge in Turiya. The striking of the gong is like falling of a heavy weight into a big ocean. Waves begin to rise, The relative rises from the absolute. The causal, the subtle, the gross bodies appear out of the great cause. From Turiya emerge the series of deep sleep, dream, and waking. What a beautiful explanation you see. What a clarity, what an understanding. If we have little understanding of the spiritual entities and all that, it's beautiful to understand these secrets. And it is, you must visualize it, how it happened, it might happen. The Sri Chakra manifestation, the Sri Chakra dissolving again into the Bindu. I have clearly perceived all these things. That's why he's able to tell. Clearly perceived all these things. It has been revealed to me that there exists an ocean of consciousness without limit. Ananta Sachidananda Sagara. From it come all things of the relative plane. And in it, they emerge again. Whole relative existence, the whole universe appears with all beings and again merge in. That's why when Varuni, son Varuni, goes to his father and asks, what is Brahman? And the father says, Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayanti abhisamvishanti iti tad vijignasasva tat brahmeti. Oh, from where all these objects and living beings come into existence, in which they are sustained, in which they go back. Yat prayanti abhisamvishanti. Abhisamvesha. It goes back into it. From where it emerges, into which it goes back, that is Brahman. All this what you see and you can perceive and think of appears and disappears in the Absolute. That is Brahman. Sri Ramakrishna says, actually, practically I have seen that and I am telling you. From it comes the relative plane and in it merges again. Millions of Brahmandas rise in that Chidakasha and merge in it again. In the Ananta Sachidananda Sagara, Ananta Koti Brahmandas appear and disappear, time and again. Millions of Brahmandas rise in that Chidakasha and merge in it again. All this has been revealed to me. I don't know much about what your books say. Mahima. Those to whom such things were revealed did not write the scriptures. They were wrapped in their own experiences. When would they write? One needs a somewhat calculating mind to write. Otherwise, learned these things from the seers and wrote the books. Others learned these things from the seers and wrote the books. There will be always a gap between the teacher and the student. Teacher teaches from his background, student understands from his background. Mahima. He is telling that seers hear and wrote. What seers said, others heard and wrote. Master, worldly people ask why one does not get rid of attachment to woman and gold. That attachment disappears after the realization of God. If a man once tastes the bliss of Brahman, then his mind no longer runs after the enjoyment of sense pleasures, or wealth, or name, or fame. If the moth once sees light, it no longer goes into darkness. That is very clear. Still, a person gets through constant cogitation on the truth, Nitya Nirantara, with all work and duties, is a part of mind will be dwelling on knowing it is just like the students, they have been given a project. They'll be eating, they'll be making fun, they'll be going, they'll be playing. That project, they have to plan, they have to design, they have to finish. Some part of mind at least 1/4 of the mind, you will see it is dwelling on that subject is going on. Now and then it completely merges in that, again comes back. Again play, again talk, somebody is talking, he is hearing, but one part of the mind is still lingering there. And that again sucks in when the things are over. And again when it goes, a little will remain to suck it again, because it is his responsibility and it's a matter of his prestige and dignity. He has to finish that project. If a moth sees a light, it no longer goes into darkness. Some friends said to Ravana, "You have been assuming different forms for Sita. Why don't you go up to her in the form of Rama?" Ravana replied, "When I contemplate on Rama, even the position of Brahma appears insignificant to me, not to speak of the company of another man's wife. How could I take the form of Rama for such purpose?" See, thinking of divine, what happens, you see? People are afraid. They may lose the present, nothing happens. You're holding 10 rupees or 12 rupees. If you surrender to a rich man, he's going to give much more. In millions, in torrents he will give you. Oh, will I lose that 1 rupee or 10 rupees I am holding? No. You will not feel like possessing it. What will I do? I can give it away to anybody. All worship and spiritual disciplines are directed to one end alone, namely to get rid of worldly attachments. The more you meditate on God, the less you will be attached to the trifling things of the world. The more you love lotus feet of God, the less you will crave for the things of the world or pay heed to creature comforts. Small comforts. Unconsciously we will be seeking comforts because the tapas aspect has been slipped away from the mind. I have to observe austerities, tapasya. Minimum requirements. A little strain to body or a pain to body has to be borne. Little heat and cold differences joyfully bear, not with disgust. Because you are going to exercise self-control. That Atma Vinigraha, that self-control, that is possible only through tapas. To bear the differences, odds, what we don't like, what we like, on that control. What we like, when we get elevated, and when unwanted things happen, then we will be repelling. That expression of likes and dislikes with favorable and unfavorable conditions, that samanatva. Whole of Bhagavad Gita goes on telling about the acquiring that samanatva, sukha dukhe same kritva, the samanatva everywhere, pains and pleasure. This is called titiksha. Why? Because that is absolutely this Chaitanya Sagara which you are going to meet, which you are going to read, is absolutely neutral to all things. As you become indifferent to the things, you are going to a higher level of consciousness. Because of the higher level of consciousness, you are able to see that equanimity in everything. So that calms down everything. That struggle has to continue. The more you meditate on God, the less you will be attached to the trifling things of the world. The more you love the lotus feet of God, less you will crave for the things of the world or pay heed to creature comforts. You will look on another man's wife as your mother and regard your own wife as the companion in spiritual life. You will get rid of your bestial desires and acquire godly qualities. Bestial desires you'll get rid of, animosity, and acquire godly qualities. You will be totally unattached to the world. What happens? You're thinking of God, you see. Though you may still have to live in the world, you will live as Jivan Mukta. The disciples of Sri Chaitanya lived as householders in the spirit of detachment. This is the ideal Sri Ramakrishna again and again presents to the world. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.